Alrighty, we back on this Net to Net podcast. We're coming out with 2 episodes a day. This is just about the MLS, talking about Concacaf as well, and then hitting on transfer window at the end of the episode. So first of all, we're gonna start with the Crew's loss to Pachuca in the Concacaf finals. Pretty much doesn't eliminate us from playing in the Club World Cup this coming summer, or next summer, but it's going to be a kind of a very small chance that we even get into it, depending on who they're going to pick as the host team in the MLS, because it is in the U.S. But going right over to Caleb, how do you feel about this game?
Depression. I think it was honestly one of the worst Crew games I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And it was just, it was horrible. We got owned. We are Pachuca's son now. It's kind of embarrassing to say, but we got owned. It was honestly just unbearable to watch. I mean, players who have been so solid for the Crew for the past year and a half now kind of were just shadows of themselves. I'm talking about people like Morera. Cucho was not there. I mean, it was just not exciting to see the Crew in probably the biggest game in their history just get demolished, and I saw what Nancy was trying to do with playing Churekbo and Camacho at the same time, just because that sheer force of Salman Rondon. We saw it in the Premier League where he would bully defenders, and that's Premier League. That's tough guys. And when he comes and plays against us, it was men against boys. It was honestly horrible to watch. And without Schulte, that game probably would have been 7-0, 6-0 at least. He should have saved one for sure, but there were, I think, 4 or 5 that he made that were one-on-ones that were deflected, and he had stuck his arm out this way to save it somehow. I mean, that's what he goes through for training, but it's still impressive. And it was just unbearable to watch. Their stadium, their atmosphere was electric from the start. You could tell. And honestly, most Crew games I go in pretty confident. This one, after about 2-3 minutes, I was like, oh, we are in a rough spot here. But the thing is, in the past, playing against Mexican teams, against Monterrey and Tigres, I did feel that as well. We were kind of down. It seemed like on motivation, on our skills, and during the game, and we managed to make it back up and get a couple goals back. But this one was just a totally different beast. And Pachuca, they're a really physical team, so when we would try and get back into the game, the slide tackles, shoves, and all this stuff. And I know I mentioned it to you, Sam, when they were playing Club America. They slowed down the game probably 10 minutes worth of fouls. Like, it was a lot of time taken off, and that's just how they were playing. I mean, they're a tough team. Eric Sanchez, I thought, was unreal. He was probably the best player on the field, I thought. Outplayed Nagby, outplayed Morris 100%. It was just rough to watch. It was tough because our style is keep the ball for at least 60% of the time. We couldn't even string 5 passes together half the time until the 80th minute, where we were like, okay, we really have to score now, and they're just sitting back and slowing down the game. So hopefully next year, and like you said, with the extra team from US, we're not getting picked. I mean, MLS does not like us as a club. They're going to pick Inter Miami. It's going to be Inter Miami, even if they don't win the Leagues Cup.
I think it's either going to be, like you said, Leagues Cup, or they pick whoever wins MLS Cup, I think, will be the choice. So if we win MLS Cup, then we have a chance. I don't think we'll win Leagues Cup. We're gonna be during Leagues Cup.
If the big market does well in one of the competitions, they'll pick them.
But you think about this, when we're gonna be at Leagues Cup, we're not gonna have Schulte and we're not gonna have Aiden Morris. So we
do have Hagen, who had a good game against Real Salt Lake a couple months ago, but he's not Schulte.
This game, I honestly stopped watching after like the 80th minute. Like, I could not watch this anymore. I turned it off. I decided to go watch. I don't even know. I think I turned on SpongeBob, to be honest. it was just embarrassing to watch. I'd rather watch SpongeBob yell for 20 minutes than watch that garbage what I watched. But this game, Nancy, Nancy kind of upset me. He did not make the correct decisions. You also waited to make your first sub until the 68th minute, which you should have made subs at halftime.
Yeah, that is true.
Matan needed to be taken out.
Yep.
Yaya Boy has been interesting this season. He's been so inconsistent than what we've seen in previous years. I would have liked to see Edmondson play. Why haven't we been playing Will Sand? I think Will Sand, when he played that one game, he looked unbelievable. He looked like himself before the ACL tear. I think Rossi is better suited on the right side, cutting in with his left. I think Cucho needs – we've had the most success, if you look at it last year, when Cucho and if it was Rossi or Zelarayan when he was still there, and Christian Ramirez as your starting front three. That's what we need to go back to. That's why we were the top scoring team in MLS last year, because of those three players. We don't play Christian Ramirez that much, and when he comes on in like the 80th minute. I think he needs to be starting over Matan. I think he's better than him. I think he's better than Jason Russell-Rowe. He's more clinical in front of goal. He's a big body because our outside backs like to get up and cross the ball into Kucha, who's 5'8", 5'9". We need if we're gonna do that, we need a big body in there. Aiden, like you said, Aiden Morris and Nagby did not look the same. They looked very bad. They couldn't make a single pass, really, to be honest, the entire game. And like you said, Schulte, honestly, if he wasn't there, it'd probably be 10-0.
Here's one thing about Christian Ramirez. He doesn't seem as focused as into it anymore. It seems like he's not.
Well, I think that's because he's not starting. He went from starting to a bench role to a sporadic.
Think about it, dude. He was the hero of our playoff run last season.
Mm-hmm.
He scored clinical goal after clinical goal, and then we kind of just forgot about him this season. It was kind of like the Toy Story meme where it's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Like, he throws the toy down. That's kind of what happened with Christian Ramirez, honestly. And
he scored 10 goals in 35 games last year.
Yeah.
Now
he was unreal.
And he's only played 8 games this year.
Hey, we're going to play Matan. We're going to play other people instead, and you'll be there in case we need you, like in the 80th, 85th minute. So
yeah, that was way too late. And I mean, to be fair, Russell-Rowe has been playing a lot more than him this year, but she's had some good games. She's had some big goals, but yeah. Well, it's just hard because there were reports before the season, if Russell-Rowe isn't playing significant time, he's probably going to leave. He needs that game time. He's 20 years old, and he was the best player in the next pro, so there are teams that would definitely snatch him up. It's a great thing that we have him, but obviously, yeah, I agree with you guys. Christian Ramirez should be playing a lot more, and in that game, especially when we had the backs against the wall the whole time, and we needed someone to get the ball from when we clear the ball out or we play a long ball. Matan is 5'5". He's not going to win that header. Rossi doesn't really go for headers, and Cucho, like you said, is 5'8". So, especially in a heightened game like that, I agree with you. I think Ramirez probably should have played more. And if not, just start Russell-Rowe because Ramirez was hurt at one point, but he seems like it's been enough time. But I disagree with the Matan starting. I do think he should have been subbed at halftime. Chiregbo, as much as we needed that physical presence, he had a horrific game, I thought. And the fact that he got picked for the team of the season for Concacaf kind of whitewashes his performance in the final, in my opinion. Obviously, up until then, he was playing very well, but yeah, it's just unfortunate how it all went down, and we gotta recover from that because we've lost Cincinnati and then Pachuca, 2 good teams, but we can't focus on something else now. We gotta start winning games in MLS because we focus so much on the Champions League. And we're in 5th place, I think. So we're not catching Miami, I don't think. But we got to get in that at least 3rd and 4th spot for the come playoff time.
Well, we were kind of in the same position last year in the MLS too. We were kind of in the mid 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I believe we finished 5th.
Yeah. We ended up finishing
5th.
3rd, I thought.
I thought it was 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, that was
third or
third.
fourth. Yeah.
Maybe it was fourth, but either way, I think we're still in a fine position in MLS. But like you said, Sam, and I agree with this as well. I think we're at our best when we were starting. Um, we were starting Christian Ramirez, Rossi up top, and then we had Cucho kind of dropping deeper
Underneath.
into that Zelerion role, so he can like get the ball and then kind of push it forward and distribute as he feels necessary. And I think we should go back to that because that's when we were scoring goal after goal after goal in the playoffs. Granted, so I think that's what we should go back to doing. I don't think Matan really needs to be playing, and that would help us out a lot, I think, especially up top, because our defense is decent, but it's not our identity. Our identity is scoring goals, and we're not doing that. We can't win games, just like this 3-0 loss.
Yeah, and you look at the stats. To be honest, we had like over like 110 something like that more passes than them, and they were only like 1% off in accuracy from us. We had more possession. They had more shots. They just took their chances. They had 23 shots, 8 on target. We only had 11 shots, 3 on target. We started the game off hot. We were attacking them very quickly, and then they found a way to get into their rhythm, and they never took their foot off the gas. Solomon Rondon, I don't know what was going on with them. They could not keep up with him. He just was unstoppable. Like you said, Eric Sanchez was playing out of his mind.
It was unbelievable.
It was just embarrassing to watch, to be honest. I think our kind of Cinderella run kind of came to an end in this game, and now we look to the league and we look to Leagues Cup. I don't think we'll do a whole lot in Leagues Cup, to be honest, just the amount of players we're losing. But now we just focus on the league and we win. We win them.
We do have a favorable run for the Leagues Cup. We don't have to play in the group stage, so that does give us a boost, I'd say, for players to be fully fit and everything. Rossi's got to turn up for sure, and Cucho didn't get picked for the Copa squad, did he?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so we got him, and we would just. I mean, Derek Jones got to step up too. He probably is going to have to start if Morris is at the Olympics, so. Maybe Morris has another situation where he has to leave the camp. I don't know. We'll see. Last time he had to leave. I don't know what I don't think we ever learned what it was.
We never figured out why, but
yeah. We'll have Cucho. I'm shocked Cucho didn't get called up. But that's good for us because we can use them. But yeah, hopefully the crew can bounce back and kind of shifting over to the MLS. We've seen. What are your guys' thoughts so far through MLS? As through, I believe, how many games have we played? I think it's like 20-some maybe. Not 20-some. It's through 18 games played this season. How are you feeling about this right now? Season.
I mean, overall, we've been pretty solid. We haven't lost that many games in the league other than that Cincinnati and then a farce of a Charlotte game. That was horrible, but
we have also played 4 less games than most people.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so that is true. We will bounce back, I think. We got ties with like our absolute B team, C team at RSL, which honestly was a good result. I think we just got to turn up especially at our home games, because that Cincy loss that did sting a bit, because we don't really lose at home much. So as long as we can keep that momentum like from the Orlando game, where I thought we were pretty solid, and with the changes that Orlando made, kind of matching up with us, it didn't make it easy, but we got to turn up, because I don't think we'll get past Miami, and it looks like Cincy, I believe, is pretty far ahead. But if we can get to that third spot, which I think is possible, so
our next 2 games are against the top 3 in the East. We play Inter Miami and NYFC before we play Sporting Kansas City and New England. So
our next game's against Inter Miami?
No, our next game is on Friday against on the 14th against NYFC, and then on the 19th we play Inter, and then so we play the top 2 teams or top 3 teams, and then we play the top the two bottom teams in each division in KC and New England. So we kind of have
That'll
a
be
tough
interesting.
schedule.
The return of Caleb Porter.
And then in July we play LAFC coming up, and Toronto and Nashville as well. So we have a huge games.
Pretty tough stretch there.
And then around August we take a break, or at the end of July we play a friendly against Villa. But other than that, we have some competition coming up and everywhere, so it's going to be probably tough, especially losing Schulte, losing Aiden Moores to the Olympics. But all in all, the MLS has been, I would say, been pretty exciting this year, to be honest. You see how many goals Suarez is scoring and Messi scoring and Benteke and Arango. There's just a lot of talent everywhere.
Yeah.
Who do you think will walk away with the MVP of the MLS this season?
That's an obvious question. I think it'll be Messi pretty easily. I mean, the guy is insane. He plays out. He outplays everyone pretty much on the whole league. So
he is tied for third in goals with Suarez, and he is tied for first with Luciano Acosta with 9 assists.
Think about it this way: he's got 12 games played, 11 of them he started, and 1 he subbed on. He has 12 goals in those 12 games and 9 assists. Like, he's going to win it. Like, it's just unreal.
Do you think he wins Golden Boot too?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know about that. Arango's got a 4-goal buffer on Messi and Suarez. He's got 3-goal buffer on Benteke, and
he's got to deal with Suarez too.
Right now. Yeah, so
definitely we'll see what Inter looks like once Suarez and Messi are at Copa, because they won't have them. So it'll be interesting to see what Campana does, and who else? I don't think Rojas got called up either. It'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of interesting things going on. Honestly, the MLS is very exciting. A lot of stars, and there's about to be even more stars. You think about all the superpower stars. This kind of transitions us into our next segment, talking about transfer window. We see it like MLS is bringing in new stars. The likes of Olivier Giroud is coming over from AC Milan to play with Danny Bouanga and the boys over at LAFC. That will be exciting to see what he brings to the table. Marco Reus joining a firepower offense in what the Galaxy are doing right now. I believe the Galaxy are sitting in first in the or sitting in fourth in the West. They've been kind of cooking. They get Marco Reus. They're also linked to Lewandowski this summer. And then the likes of Inter Miami, they are linked to Alexis Sanchez, Angel Di Maria, Nacho. Do you think those boys are coming, or do you think only maybe a hand?
They probably will. It's a little unfair.
I don't think coming.
No, I don't think so.
I think he'll probably. His agent already said he's staying at Barcelona for next season. Now people have said that before, but I don't think he would leave Barca, especially because he's going to be starting all next season to go to somewhere like LA Galaxy. Maybe the year after, I could see that. He's also been linked to Saudi, but I don't think he goes this year. Nacho, I think, is a very real possibility that he goes to LA or Miami or somewhere just a big market where he can play with other older European players.
Yeah, I can see that happening too. I know Real Madrid did just offer him a 1-year deal to renew. It is on the table if he wants to stay with the European champions. Then you have the likes of Di Maria and Alexis Sanchez linked also. Do you think that's a possibility? There's rumors that Di Maria wasn't going to come until next year, but there are reports that he is probably not going to go back to Argentina due to all the death threats that he's been getting if he joins Rosanero. So there is a chance he comes this summer. Do you think him on the left side and then Messi on the right, Suarez in the middle, do you think if he comes, they win the MLS Cup?
Yeah.
Yep, I think they're going to win it regardless, but if they have Di Maria too, it's already done.
I would say if they could get that Nacho deal done, they need defenders badly. Their big problem is their defense and their goalie. Yeah, their goalie. Which after the League Cup, we were thinking the calendar could be the next big thing, but he's really fallen off in my opinion.
Yeah, they are linked to Keylor Navas. Keylor Navas is leaving PSG at the end of the season.
Career mode over there, man.
They're linked to him, but he's also linked to Orlando City. I think he would fit Orlando City a lot better than he would with Inter or
Why would
Galaxy.
Orlando City get him? They already
I
have
don't know. He
Gillespie.
just fits them. He's better than
I
Gillespie.
don't think he is, but if you're thinking of an Orlando City thought process, that's not a position they need to fix as much.
Speaking of Orlando is also linked to Oscar, who has been playing in China for the last few years. He's ready to make that move out. He wanted to return back to Europe, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. He could be going to Orlando City. I think he fits them as well.
Also, is that a position they need? Not really.
Center mids? Yeah, they need center mids. They don't really have anyone.
They don't need another Cam.
Segundo plays out wide.
Sometimes.
They have, what's his name?
They have Santos and
why am I forgetting his name? Ladero. They have Ladero. Yeah.
They've been playing Ladero at left wing back.
No, they play Rafael Santos there.
Well, against Red Bulls on June 1st, they played Facundo Torres and Duncan Maguire up front. They played Ladero at left wing back, and they played Santos in the middle.
Not according to the score, but
they don't really like to use Muriel, so who knows what they're doing over there. Speaking of which, Marco Reus did sign what I mentioned earlier. Do you think Marco Reus can make an impact quick with the Galaxy?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a quality player still, even though he's not in his prime, but he still will be a good player in MLS for sure.
Oh, yeah. And then kind of switching over to the European transfer window. First of all, Napoli are offering Chelsea initial $12.7 million plus a 2.5 add-on for Romelu Lukaku. Do you think Romelu Lukaku will leave Chelsea once the window opens?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much given. $12 million, you said. That's crazy. Yes. $100 million loss for Chelsea there.
Yep.
$100 million loss. Very sad. Ten Hag has returned back from holiday, but we'll find out his future this week. But there are reports that Tuchel was at the facilities for 48 hours and could not come up with a deal. And it does also look like Pochettino is not going to become the manager either. Do you think Ten Hag stays another season after winning the FA Cup?
Yeah, he'll stay. I want him to stay too because pretty mediocre under Ten Hag this season, I'd say. Well,
it does look like if they do sack Ten Hag, the number one replacement could be Roberto De Zerbi is considered that and Gareth Southgate, but I don't think Southgate wants to come until after the Euros.
I see De Zerbi there as a dumpster fire. I don't think it'll go very well. It might end up being worse than Ten Hag. if we're being honest.
I think Ten Hag stays, and I think he's going to be on a short leash. If he loses a few games early, he could be gone early, and they could just be looking for a replacement. But I think he stays for now, just because there's no great option that's just sitting there for him. De Zerbi is a great manager, but I don't think he would work well with the players they have right now.
Yeah. We've seen a couple of signings already that will be in coming effect on July 1st. We saw Chelsea go outside right back Lima Santos from Brazil, regarded as one of the best prospect right backs coming up from Brazil, as well as we saw Luis Guilherme coming over from Palmeiras and signing with West Ham. I think those are two great signings for both teams because they're young and they can bring something to the team that they need. And then we also saw probably the biggest signing probably the biggest signing we've seen since probably Cristiano Ronaldo is Kylian Mbappe moving over to the Bernabeu of Real Madrid. I think we all saw this coming. Let's be real. We saw this coming back in February when he declined a contract. And there are reports that just came out today that PSG offered him a 10-year contract with a $2 billion release clause that he rejected. Caleb, how do you feel do you think Real Madrid are in all 7 competitions next year? How many competitions do you see them winning?
I'd say 3. I'd say they win another treble next year. I don't think there's really much around it, and there are some Barca fans saying that it doesn't count as a treble because it's not
It's not a
well,
continental treble.
no. I'm talking about the Super Cup or whatever, where it's only 4 teams,
Copa
so
de
they don't count
España,
they don't count it as a official
Copa del
treble.
Rey is what the
Copa del Rey
counting
is the more pristine one, but it's still treble. It's 3 trophies, so I think they'll win 3 again. Probably the La Liga, probably the Champions League, and then I don't know if they'll win the Copa del Rey, but I think it'll probably be the same 3. I think. It's like Super Cup. It's only and Club World Cup. Yeah. Okay, so 4 then.
They have
5. It could be 5 too because of the freaking Super
they're
Cup.
in 7. Yeah, because they got the Super Cup, they got the Club World Cup, which will probably be a harder competition now because you got to play against like Chelsea, City, Bayern, all of them, and then you play again. And then they have the Intercontinental Cup, which is between all the winners of the each. So what they said is I forget where they're playing, but they're playing every winner of their CONCACAF winners, Champions League winners, Oceania Cup champions. They're all still going to play in the Intercontinental Cup for a trophy. That's one. And then, like you said, La Liga, Champions League, Copa de España, and Copa del Rey. So they'll play in 7 different competitions this coming. And they get Mbappe. It'll be interesting who's going to start and who's not going to start. Casey, I know you're a Barcelona
league.
I'd say 4 or 5 trophies at this point. 4 or 5 trophies.
Casey, you're a Barcelona fan. You're a Barca player. Your Barca team can't really sign anyone right now. Still. They just got in Hansi Flick. They were in talks with Gallardo Rodriguez from Real Betis, which that deal looks like it's going to be falling through because they don't have the financial funds to get him in. Do you think Barca is going to have a bounce back year, or do you think they're going to be either in second or Atletico is going to pass them?
I definitely think we'll have a bounce back year. It's crazy that I even have to say that considering we got second in the league. But I think Flick, along with getting Balde back to his top form, as well as bringing Gavi back from his ACL. Pedri looks to be in great form right now, so I think as long as he doesn't get injured, he'll be looking great. I know we're looking to bring in a CDM. That's like our only priority for this summer. So I think Laporte is working on getting the 1-to-1 rule, so if we sell like a Ferran Torres or someone, we can bring in someone for the same amount of money and register them as well. We're registering Victor Roque, so he's actually going to stay under Flick. They decided that, which is fantastic news. I'd love to hear that. So I'd love to see him getting some playing time. I think he's a very underrated player right now, and all the Brazilian attention seems to be going towards Endrick, rightfully so as of now, but Victor Roque was the next wonder kid before Endrick, and he is only a year older than Endrick.
Are you sure about that?
He was, dude.
Are you sure about that?
He was.
About that one, Chief. Endrick's been looked at since 15 years old.
Yeah, Endrick's a different beast. He's better than Victor Roque.
Yeah.
They were both looked at in the same light for a while when they were both in Brazil.
Yeah, same light. That doesn't mean that he's ahead of him.
And Roque is also like 3 years older than him.
No, he's not. He's
Yeah.
just turned 18 a little bit ago.
Victor Roque
19.
is 19. Endrick is only 16. Yeah, Endrick is 16. Or 17. Endrick's 17.
Okay, so he's 2 years older. But either way, the kid's still only 19. He's going to be really good for us eventually. I don't know how much he's going to play right away, but I think we'll end up bringing the Cancelo and Felix back on loans. Yes, Sam, I think we will.
No, you are, but it's just not a good move. The Cancelo one makes sense. The Felix doesn't.
Why?
They don't have attackers other than...
Because Felix is going to take playing time away from Victor Roque, who you just said Victor Roque is staying.
Dude. He didn't start.
And you have Fernan Torres.
No,
He
it
led
makes
up
sense.
the beginning of the season, and then the second half, that we started playing Ferran over him. Ferran, and then Rafinha came back from injury, so we started playing him. I don't think Rafinha's going anywhere.
I think he's gone.
You should get rid of him, I'd say. He's still worth money.
He's been linked to Saudi because Saudi wants to make more signings.
If we can sell him for more than 60, 65 million,
Yeah, some
if
Saudi.
we can get 70 mil for him, I'll sell him.
Casey, he's not Leeds Rafinha, dude.
He'll
He's
go for
so good,
he'll go anywhere for 70 mil if he goes to Saudi.
Yeah,
Saudi El Nasser's already in talks with Walleye Szczesny. So, and they want to bring in De Bruyne, and they want to. What De Bruyne might be going to MLS.
Yeah.
They want to bring in Ramos. He's going to MLS. Casemiro's probably on his way to El Nasser.
I think if we bring in a CDM, we still have a great defense. We still have upcoming attackers, and we have a really young midfield as well. So if we bring in that CDM to finally replace,
who is that person?
Yeah, it's not Rodriguez anymore.
We've been linked to a lot of different players. The dream would be finished, but it probably won't happen. To be honest, I don't know who it's going to be. But as long as they're better than Romeo was this season, outside of the preseason, I think we'll be better next season for sure. I think we'll end up winning a trophy or two as well next year.
As of right now,
what trophy? Wait, hold on, Sam. What trophy is Barca going to win?
The Supercopa and Copa del Rey, probably.
No. Okay, maybe Copa del Rey if Real Madrid doesn't take it seriously, and Atletico doesn't get in the way of you guys.
Why couldn't we win Supercopa, Caleb?
Because Real Madrid's going to beat you. It's not happening, Case.
Well, they're Kryptonite's Athletic, so Athletic.
True.
So as of right now, Barca's top targets, they actually just ended the pursuit of Zubamendi, so he's not coming.
Well, I knew he wasn't.
They're looking at a lovely Real Madrid legend and Borja I can't even say it with a straight face. Malero from Getafe to bring in, and they want to bring in Luis Diaz because I guess it's Luis Diaz's dream to play at the Camp Nou, but they don't have the funds, and Liverpool's demanding about £75 million for him, which all don't
It would
have.
be a great signing, but I don't.
Oh, it'd be a great signing, but you have no money.
We need a CDM more than anything. We have wingers.
I know. I saw Gundogan could be on his way to Turkey.
I hope not, dude. He might have been our best player this season. Honestly, he probably was because he played almost every single game. He was super consistent. He didn't give the ball up. He created chances, and he scored a few goals. Like, he was probably our best player this past season. Other than maybe Ter Stegen.
And you got Gerard Piqué running for presidency next time, so we'll see how that goes.
Hey, he's good to run in football league, so maybe he can run a club too.
Going back to the
once Perez retires, you guys are done for. So,
well, we'll be fine. He's probably gonna die at Real Madrid. Let's be real. That guy's not going anywhere. Going back to the Kylian Mbappe signing, Caleb, how do you think they line up next year? As well as they are linked to Alphonso Davies this coming summer.
I mean, it depends who they got to drop someone, all right? Because he's gonna have to play striker. Because unless you drop Rodrigo, which I don't know if they'd be willing to do that. Because
dude, he would leave. He's too good to be on the bench.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, so who's the dropping person? Who's the person you drop? Is it?
It depends on what formation you're playing. Are you gonna play what we played this year?
4-3-3.
Is it gonna be the 4-3-3 or is it gonna be the diamond, the 4-1-2, the 4-1-3-4, whatever it is?
But you can't really play Bellingham. Based on how he played this year, moving him back, I don't know how that would go.
They're probably gonna play Vinny on the left, Rodrigo on the right, Mbappe in the middle, Bellingham, and then they'll have Tchouaméni, Camavinga maybe. Are they gonna have
Valverde?
They'll start Valverde over Camavinga then.
Valverde's inheriting the number 8.
Yeah, and then they'll put what's his name? Mendy, Carvajal. Probably.
Is it Rudiger? It will definitely be
probably
Rudiger and Militao because David Alaba won't be back for a while.
Alaba will probably be off the bench, or he'll play left back.
Well, he's still injured, so he'll miss most of the season again.
So it's essentially going to be a 4-3-3. It's going to be a 4-3-3.
It was an ACL tear.
When was that, though? I thought that was earlier in the season.
David, let's see. I believe
either way, he won't start at the beginning of the season.
Well, he'll miss most of the season, I think.
And then Lunin in goal, right?
He tore his ACL in December, so yeah, he'll miss most of the season.
All right, Sam. Let me ask you this then:
But we might get Alphonso Davies this summer, so because they said
we're talking about
Bayern
Real
Munich.
Madrid right now.
Well, Bayern Munich did say that if they're giving him until the end of this next week. If he doesn't sign his contract, they're going to sell him this summer, and and they'll look to bring in Theo Hernandez to replace him. But if we can get Davies this summer for cheap, just give us the Champions League and the La Liga.
I've seen crazy numbers for him. I've seen like 30 and 40 million for him.
That's fine.
Why isn't Liverpool going by him? He's better than Robbo.
They should go out by Anton Robinson. He's the best left back in the Premier League right now. Most interceptions this year.
He had good stats.
You see his performance yesterday, Sam? No way he's the best left back. You saw his performance yesterday?
Sam, he had good.
That was a horrible take, dude. That was a horrible take.
Nice. He had great stats this season in the Prem.
I don't care. He's not. He would not start over Robbo.
Robbo's only good for
getting
injured.
No, he would not. I don't know if he would even start over Joe Gomez at left back, dude.
Yes, he would. Joe Gomez sucks.
He had a good run at left back. But anyways, back
to saying Curtis Jones had a good run and he didn't.
First couple games.
Back to Real Madrid. Yeah. One last question for you, Sam, before we wrap things up. Do you think goes back to the Champions League? Do you think Madrid made the right choice in starting for goalie, playing Courtois in the final?
Yes. Yeah, that's like the most obvious yes ever. Look what he did. 5 games played.
Lunin was in form. He played throughout their whole campaign.
Doesn't matter.
He deserved to start in the final.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Apparently.
If you give Courtois, you gave Courtois 5 games, had 5 clean sheets, looked unbelievable. Yes, Lunin played very well, but Lunin made a lot of mistakes that Courtois would not have made during some of the goals he let in.
He also saved you guys quite a few times.
Yeah, he saved us. But you go with the more experience, and you go with the guy that's been in multiple finals. I go with Courtois every day of the week. You saw what he did against Liverpool. He literally kept Mane quiet. He kept Salah quiet.
That was when he played the whole season.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. He made several saves against Dortmund in the past game.
Courtois is literally the best goalie in the world. He's better than Alisson. He's better than Ederson. And injured, he played 5 games and he looked better than Alisson and Ederson this season.
Okay, Ederson should not.
I would say Courtois is 1. Courtois is 1. You would probably go honestly maybe Alisson 2 and maybe Kobel 3. They're the best 3 keepers in the world. Maybe you might throw Neuer ahead of Alisson. You might throw Neuer over Kobel. You can make an argument for any of those. But
also forgetting Jan Sommer too.
Jan
Sommer's okay. Oblak didn't have a really great season this year. I would probably say Donnarumma had a better season than Sommer.
No, stop. He's not in this conversation.
Sam, you're getting off the rails here, buddy. Yes, let's tone it in here.
All I gotta say is Courtois is undisputed #1 best goalie in the world. He has been the best keeper in the world for since probably 2018, since the Champions League final.
Since he went to Madrid, probably.
Because at the beginning of his Madrid year, he wasn't that good. He was making so many mistakes. We had to go back to Keylor Navas, which we didn't really want to have to do that, but we had to because
you never gave
him the respect he deserved for winning 3 Champions League with you guys.
We gave him some respect, but Navas was good. But Navas at that time when we bought Courtois, it didn't really make much sense. But then when we started to watch it, Navas kind of started to lose some of his forms, lose his quickness, his reflexes. Courtois was in the peak of his career. He was coming up as the best.
That 3rd goal and then held the jersey, and Navas was done for.
That's
unsavable. What do you want to do?
Courtois coming out party was Courtois established himself as the best keeper in the world probably in his last year at Chelsea when he won the Europa League final and then moved to Madrid. And then ever
Arsenal,
since that,
the team that had no chance of winning. They literally were horrible that game.
Hey, he played great, and ever since then,
he didn't even have to make saves. It was 4-0.
But his best game was against Liverpool in the 2018.
Yeah, that's the best performance I've ever seen in the Champions League final in my entire life.
Literally, Mane, Salah, and Firmino don't know how to score, put goals in the back of the net that game.
We all watched it.
You're
Casey,
saying he was better than Messi in 2011?
Courtois' performance was probably the best I've ever seen in the Champions League final.
And then we saw it again.
And I can't stand the guy.
This year. Then we saw it again this year.
Better than Bale against you guys?
Bale's 2 goals, a bike. Oh, that's hard. That's hard to get. And in Wales, the game was in Wales, so it was in his hometown.
Well, he's playing up against a concussed guy. We wonder why that happened, but
yeah, we all.
Some people wonder. I know exactly why, but some people will dispute things.
Yeah, we all saw the video of Van Dijk shoving Ramos, but that's okay.
And we also saw the biggest dive of Champions League history, Sergio Ramos against Cuadrado. The biggest dive in Champions League history of all time. Of all time.
I've seen it.
Getting him sent off for literally nothing.
And then you got Jersey Dudek coming off the line halfway, right? Even
okay, and Dida does it too, but they don't call it.
Dida barely did it.
Dida did it too, so John Arisa got saved because he came off the line.
Man, how much Dudek.
Hey, Carlo Ancelotti's the best manager in the world. That's all I gotta say. He knows how to lead a team.
You forgot about one guy, Sam.
He's better than Pep right now.
I wasn't saying Pep. Greg Berhalter.
Oh God, Greg is not that good, dude.
You forgot about Nancy, bro.
Wait, you gonna say Caleb Porter next?
Oh God, the guy who gets beat 9-1 in the Champions League to Club America.
Oh God, no.
Ten Hag, bro.
Oh God. Well, you gotta say Slot next. Slot's gonna be terrible too.
I don't think he'll be terrible.
He won't be that good.
Who was the manager who would always he get hired to every low EPL team? He got hired.
Oh, Allardyce, Sam Allardyce. That's who Liverpool needed to hire, Sam Allardyce.
The guy he somehow was England manager for like a month or two, and then they found out he was betting on games.
Yeah, I think he's still banned from football.
Is he really?
Yeah, because he was betting. It was like sports betting.
Oh, do you guys think
that's an episode we need to do. That's an episode we need to do. The history of betting and players and football history, because we could probably go a couple hours with that one. Just if we
what's his name from West Ham? Isn't he getting banned?
Paqueta.
Yeah,
they said for 10 years at least.
They want 10 years, but who knows if it's actually true? It's alleged.
Allegedly.
He did that. Allegedly, just like the city thing. It's alleged. It's alleged with the city thing. Allegedly. Who knows? Allegedly.
Oh yeah, when City get their verdict, I don't even need you guys on there. We'll do a 2-hour episode, just me. I don't care.
Well, what if you're wrong though?
Yeah, what if you're wrong? Then it's me and Casey for 2 hours talking about how much you're wrong.
About how all the courts are wrong.
I mean,
he's gonna be like, why is Petrarch?
It's rigged for City because they have oil money. It's rigged.
Doesn't matter. I'm gonna say what I want.
Pep probably said something to him.
Well, Pep has a history of cheating. I mean, he did with Barca as well. So
hey, Pep's learning. Pep's getting pointers from Joe Mazzulla on how to become the U.S. national team coach in 2026.
Oh my God.
No, Pep's telling Joe Mazzulla how to be.
Hey, all I gotta say is for the I can't wait to do that basketball episode when I say Celtics and 4.
Take the ball, pass the ball.
Can't wait.
It's just hot potato for Pep's basketball team.
Yeah, I can't wait for that basketball episode when I say Celtics and 4.
Pep should have managed Lob City in like 2015. The Clippers. Take the ball, pass the ball, dunk the ball.
I gotta say Celtics and 4, guys. Celtics and 4.
No, Mavs are winning. 6.
You heard it right here. They play tonight. Celtics and 4.
Mavs and 6.
That's what I said.
Darius Garland getting traded to the Spurs.
No, he's not.
All right, bro. We're getting off topic.
Lonzo never plays again.
LeVar asked for a trade for Lonzo.
All right, bro.
Hey, did you guys see that video of LaMelo driving around his go-kart on the top of the building?
Yeah, I saw that video. Hey, look, Atletico Madrid has reached personal deals with Robin Lenomord from Real Sociedad. They're making more signings than Barca.
Yeah, Barca can't make signings.
They're still worse than us, dude. It doesn't matter what they do.
And also, João Paulinho is going to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, for half the price as last summer. They wanted 70 last summer. It was like 35 this year.
I know. Well, company, he's going to have a great year at
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
Right.
Most overrated managing decision probably of all time. maybe side by side with Sam Allardyce to the England job.
I just want to go right off topic real quick, and Luka Doncic is questionable for Game 2.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Celtics in 4.
I'm sticking with the Mavs. Okay, maybe I'll say Mavs in 7 then.
I just want to say the host for the 2026 World Cup, Canada lost 4-0 to the Netherlands, Mexico lost 4-0 to Uruguay, and U.S. lost 5-1 to Colombia. Wow, we're hosting.
We need to find some guy from like Iowa or something or Connecticut that's like a really good defender. Just have him start in 2026.
Didn't that like 15-year-old from Pennsylvania just get signed or somewhere else?
Hayden Sullivan or whatever.
Calvin Sullivan signed with Man City, joining the dynasty
Well,
over there.
he'll be like what, 17?
Yeah, so he'll
still be playing for Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. He'll play in Philadelphia until he's of age, and then he'll go over to City and join that dynasty over there.
Imagine he just sucks, and then they just cancel his
Imagine if
deal.
they're in the championship.
They might get relegated. They might get relegated.
They're not gonna get
Imagine
relegated.
if they're in League One.
I mean, if you base hold on. If you base what Everton and Nottingham Forest went through, they got what, like 5-10 points dinged off. If City for 10 years straight did that stuff, and then hold on, and then they got in the way of the investigation, which they added charges to. That's like 100 points. Drop them down.
They're not gonna get dropped down. They're not gonna get dropped down.
Well, then the league is a farmers league. You're giving Nottingham Forest. You're talking Nottingham Forest 15 points.
Comes out.
You're dropping Nottingham Forest 15 points for going over the sustainability for 1 year.
We're gonna see. I hate to say it. We're gonna see the trophy lifted at the Etihad for probably the next 4 seasons after this. They're just gonna keep winning it.
Not if they get relegated.
They're not gonna get relegated.
Never know.
You've been saying it for 2 years now.
Okay. Let me ask you two, since you always say, "Oh, it's alleged. Oh, they gotta blah 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 blah." If all the charges go through, all 115, what's their punishment? You guys are the court. Let's hear it.
Relegation.
10 point reduction.
Relegation, dude.
That is the softest penalty I've ever heard in my life. They will
Probably
still be probably in top 4.
Wait. Yeah, they get relegated.
In the championship and
they get relegated, but they don't lose their titles.
Ruben Diaz.
They won't lose their title. They'll get if it happens. What's gonna happen is it'll be just like Juve. They get relegated, but they don't lose their titles. So
they did lose their titles. They gave it to Inter.
I know what Barca would do. We'd try and get Pep, and then we'd try and sign all the City players for no money. Talent for 30 mil, bro. Give them here.
No, they would all leave and go to probably to Madrid.
No, they would not, dude. They hate Madrid.
Well, they are not going to Barca. Rodri doesn't
rather go to Barca, dude.
Rodri would not go to Barca. He's an Atletico Madrid player. He's going to Atletico.
Who?
Rodri.
No, Rodri would come to Barca.
No, he would go to Atletico before then because
he's going to play with the Spaniard friends and Pedri and Gavi.
Do you not think there's Spanish players on Atletico?
Not on Madrid. Not on Real Madrid.
Yeah, there's 2.
On what, Real Madrid?
They're all freaking French and Brazilian now.
No, we got Nacho.
He's gone. He's gone.
Carvajal.
He's gone.
Ceballos.
2 years.
He's done.
Jose Lu.
He's gone.
Maybe if you sign him back.
No, we've activated his clause.
Okay, well.
Lucas Vasquez.
Not for long.
He re-signed a new deal. He's back for another year. We got some Marvel's Spanish. He's young and
send your scouts to Spain, dude, because you.
Caceres is young and up and coming. We got the son of the former Valencia keeper.
What about Zidane's son?
He's French.
I thought one was Spanish, one was French.
I think 2 are French and 1 is Spanish. I think Enzo's Spanish, and I think Lucas and Theo are French.
All right. Well, that about wraps everything up.
Yeah, that does.
You guys have anything else you want to say before we wrap up here?
No, we'll definitely come out. I think our next soccer episode, I don't know if we'll be able to do it next week, but the week after we'll probably most likely, it will be our Premier League review and rewind. See how many things Casey said about the Spurs. How many times Caleb was wrong about all of his stuff. I'll see how much I got right. It'll be a fun time. We might have a special guest on
Did you
that
pick
one.
Havertz as the best player?
No, I picked him as the worst.
Did you pick Havertz as CFA Player of the Year? No.
No, I think I picked Haaland, but it was Foden. But we'll probably do that. We'll probably be releasing a basketball episode here soon. I don't know. That's up in the air probably. I know we haven't done one in a minute. Football episodes will probably be out in around July-ish, August, back up and running. Basketball, I have no clue. That's a Casey thing.
We'll do one after the finals, and we'll probably do another recap, just like we're going to do it for the soccer and what we thought was going to happen.
The football one will just be Sam talking about NCAA.
Maybe a draft, maybe one for the draft and free agency, and then probably not too much other in the summer other than that, and then we'll come back for the next year.
Cavs are getting brawny. We all know it.
And most likely, this during the summer, it's pretty much going to be pretty much our heavy focus on soccer, just how much is going on with the Olympics, the Copa, and the Euros, and the transfer market. We'll hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll both. I'll try to get both of these episodes that we did today out tomorrow, sometime tomorrow morning. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.
Peace.